Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go! Welcome to another episode of Door County Girl. I'm back with my brother,
Rolf. Hey, hey.
And today we're going to make one item.
Just one item.
One item. And I'm not quite sure what it is.
We are going to take some new potatoes, Mom's favorite, your favorite, my favorite, and we're going to make some baby dill potatoes in a cream dill sauce. Baby
Yum.
Dill potatoes.
That
Redundant,
sounds
right?
delicious. Mom is the queen of dill.
Oh, yeah.
Queen of dill.
So what we started doing already is we boiled some potatoes here. It's about 1.5 pounds. You can go 2 pounds if you want, right? And then we're going to have some spices we're going to add to the cream sauce. It's going to be kind of fun. These are already started boiling. They got to go boil to about 10 minutes so they're soft. So we probably got about 3 minutes on there. So while we're waiting for these to boil, could you do me the favor and chop up some dill?
Yes.
So go ahead and take that apart.
I will chop up some dill.
And this is gonna be with a very simple bechamel sauce, which is wonderful sauces for just about everything. You know how you make the master white sauces. You can make thin, thick, medium. It's basically the same as if you're making a fettuccine Alfredo. It's all about the spice you're gonna put in it. We're gonna use some white pepper, some salt, and some allspice. It typically calls for nutmeg, but I prefer allspice myself. So.
And everything that's a white sauce, cream sauce, has lots of cream and butter, right?
Absolutely.
Ooh,
heavy cream, whole milk, butter. But you know what, I started thinking about this, and I haven't done it yet, but I think I'm going to give it a shot. I think I'm going to try olive oil next time I do this. Maybe some rice milk, and maybe some that agar to thicken it up. I'm not really sure.
That's for all you healthy schmelthies out there. I like the butter and the cream and the whatever. What's going on? We live in Wisconsin, people.
No question about it. I prefer the stuff that tastes the best.
What the heck?
But I think that sometimes you might get some flavors that might be unique and different that you might enjoy. Next time I make it, I'll try it, and you can sample it, and you can let me know.
I will.
Honestly,
but I'll probably be able to tell.
Because my sister won't be afraid to be honest.
That's right.
To me
tell
especially.
It like it is.
So let's see where we're at with these taters. Pretty close.
Like yesterday, poor Kit brought over some delicious smørbrød.
Oh, that was good.
From one of his delivery runs, he stopped and got like some smørbrød, and he brings in this white box, and he says, "Hey, Annika, I brought you some smørbrød." And I'm like, "Oh, what?" And he opens up the box and he walks away, and there's 3 of them in there. So I mow down the first one, and then I mow down the second one, and there's one left. And then Diane walks in, you know, who loves. She's a Norwegian. I save her one. I tell her it's roast beef, and I don't eat that. So if you want that, you can have it. And she was all excited. Then Kit walks in, and then Kit's like looking at the box.
Where did it all go?
And I'm like, "Well, I thought you said I could eat them." And he's just like, "Well, And then he felt bad because he didn't want to make me look like I was a pig because I just ate the 2 of them, but I was supposed to gently cut them in half or something and share them with others.
Like I did when he brought the box to me. Yes, I cut it in thirds.
I ate the lox one. It was
and
delicious.
There were 6 of us there. We all enjoyed it. So basically, you ate enough for 6 people.
Probably. Can I say?
No, they were good. I think mine was a...
And then I felt guilty, and then Kit was going, no, it's okay. It's okay that you ate the whole thing. And I already knew that it wasn't. I'm like, nope, it wasn't.
I think mine was, since I don't eat the meat, but the one I had was a hearty whole grain bread. I think some...
Well, the bread was fabulous.
It was unbelievable. Some radicchio, I think, on there, and some avocado and some hard-boiled egg. It was a perfect sandwich.
It was so good. I was looking it up online thinking maybe they sell the bread, you know?
Right.
But I couldn't find it. like the smør bread.
Okay,
It's
so
in Sheboygan, I know that.
while we're talking here, these potatoes are near done, and we're gonna shut it off, and we're gonna drain these quickly.
And I do share. I share. I shared the meat one with Diane, and then she found out it was a lamb, and then she didn't want to eat it.
I thought you shared the empty box is what you shared.
Hey, I used to have a dog that every time my mom's sister would cook lamb chops,
Oh, Caesar.
Caesar would try to get out of the house. He had
Yeah, what was that with that?
He would start shaking and crying, and he would scratch the door like, oh my God, something's after him. It was just lamb chops cooking in the oven.
Right, I've never heard that before.
I haven't either.
Other than Caesar doing
I
it.
think some farmer must have tried to poison him or something with a lamb chop. I don't really understand that.
All right, so back to this. While you're doing that, I'm gonna melt a tablespoon of butter in this pot. And we're gonna make it's kind of a roux first, obviously. We're just doing butter and flour, and then we're gonna add the milk and the heavy cream. So let's get that melted. And the thing about roux, what you wanna do is just not mix it up right away and just serve it. You wanna cook it down a little bit because otherwise you're gonna have that flour
And you
taste.
always say don't burn it.
Well, some recipes you want it just a tad brown. Now, in this particular one we don't, but we do want to cook it for a few minutes. And that'll take the flour taste out of it.
I think I
And it isn't much. It doesn't take much to make a bechamel sauce. That's all we got in there. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like maybe about a
Looks like cookie dough.
tablespoon and a half. Well, I guarantee it doesn't taste like cookie dough.
Hey, it's cookie dough. Actually, I think I tried that once when you had it in the cooler, and I thought
You
it was
thought
cookie
it was
dough.
cookie
So
dough.
I took a little sample, and I almost, you know, how you're anticipating
Forgot my whisk
sweetness,
over
and there
here.
was nothing. Okay, so now what are we doing?
All right, so you can kind of hear it sizzling it, see?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
so
it sizzling.
I'm a little on the hot side here, so we're gonna turn it down just a tad.
You can hear it sizzling.
Yeah, you probably cannot.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna take some heavy cream. Add that.
Ooh, now it's sizzling.
Mix that in there. And then we're going to take some milk and add that in there.
Wow, look at how thick it is still with all the liquid.
Now, if you could do me a favor and add a pinch of each one of these. This is white pepper, salt, and allspice.
Pinch of white pepper.
Yep. And we like to use white pepper because when you got a cream sauce, it doesn't stick out with all that little black speckles in
Pinch
there.
of salt.
Yep. I don't want to go a little 2 pinches of salt.
2 pinches of salt. And what's this?
And that's allspice. You just want
Ooh,
a
I
pinch
like
of that too.
allspice. That's what we put in our meatballs, right?
In the potato sausage, actually.
Oh, in the potato
But
sauce.
many recipes call for it.
I like that. It even looks good. I think the allspice gives it a little flex of.
Okay, now if you wanted to, you could thin that down a little more, but I'm not going to.
There's a little bit of cream left
Well,
here.
go ahead and put that in there if you can. Try the milk too. But we want this to be a little bit on the heavy side because we want it to all stick to the potatoes. So now go ahead and pour the potatoes in here.
Oh. What kind of potatoes are you using? Look at how cute they are. They're like little babies.
And you can get these at the grocery store. They conveniently package them now all the time. But this baby potatoes. You can use any kind. You could use a larger potato and cut it up into quarters. Okay, now go ahead and throw that dill in here.
Ooh. I'm just going to use my knife here. Better make sure I get it all.
Yep. And this is all there is to it.
Look at that.
And you serve them warm. Let's get that bowl ready. I'm going to put them all in that bowl there.
Smells delicious. I feel like I'm in Sweden at my mormor's house.
It smells like your...
My mormor was my mother's mother. We call mormor. She was a good cook. And they used cream sauces for the fish.
Everything.
And they add a little lemon in it.
I think they look for an excuse to use butter and cream every chance they get.
Look at how delicious that looks.
Now, a little fresh, if you're going to presentate this at a buffet or something, maybe a fresh sprig, a whole thing of dill on top of it.
Yeah,
But I want you to go ahead and
bit.
try one, but they're going to be hot. So be careful. You might want to take your knife and put one on the board there and cut one in half.
I mean, like, don't get pizza mouth?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just cut one open here. Ooh, they're nice and tender. How long did you boil them?
I waited for the water to come to a boil in about 10 minutes. It was ready.
Okay.
And you don't want to rinse them.
All right, I'm gonna eat this one. That's how the Swedes eat.
Backwards.
Yeah.
They're going to be hot. Good?
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
And super simple. Crazy simple.
That is super simple. Am I supposed to share with you?
There's enough for 6 there, so I think, yeah, you could share this time. I'll use my measuring spoon.
I do share, people. I really do.
Here, cut this in
But I have
half.
to be informed that others are sharing with me sometimes.
This is my finger.
I have no problem being the last one. If there's a cheese curd on the plate, nobody wants it. That's mine.
Oh, please, take the last. No, I'll take it.
That's mine. That's mine. Sorry.
I think I'd use a tad more salt, but you don't like, you're not a big salt fan. But
But you can put your own salt on
the
them.
dill is right. You
It's
could add more dill
perfect.
if you wanted to, which people might.
You know,
Use
I
my
never
fingers
thought
again.
to do it this way. It looks so nice if you had like a dinner and just throwing potatoes out there doesn't
A lot
look
of it
that-
was with butter and dill, and that's it. They stop
Yeah.
right there, but this stuff hangs right on it, so it's
I-
fantastic.
I love them. I'm going to have one more. A little extra sauce.
It's like smoke on my fingers.
Smaka, lick a pot. Slick a pot.
So, success.
Everybody ought to try this recipe.
Cream,
If you're a potato lover.
dill.
And don't be afraid to add a little more salt or, you know, if you want a little extra butter.
And like I
with
said,
it.
I used allspice. Most of the times people will call for nutmeg, and you can skip that one altogether if you wish to.
It's not so heavy though.
No,
can't
I like
really
it. It's just a
taste
hint of it in there.
Yeah.
It's the same when they make, like I said, like an Alfredo sauce. They often put nutmeg in there as well.
And I wouldn't even mind more, but that's me.
There you go.
All right.
All right, so there we
Well,
have it.
Thanks for joining us for another recipe that we call,
Cream potato dill.
yeah, and it's delicious. So don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yep.
Describe. I'm describing, and
And then you need to
You're
subscribe.
subscribing. All right. Well, thanks everyone. See you next time.
Hey, hey.
Hey-do. I have another one. These are so good. I want the creamy one.
The fresh dill makes it.
Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.